Before we start this podcast, I just want to give a special thanks to Sophie Rodriguez for this beautiful logo. It was amazing. She works for New Moon Designs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's called New Moon.
Yeah, I just want to give a beautiful shout out to her. She did an amazing job. So I hope you guys like the new logo because we fucking love it.
Yes. Enjoy the podcast.
Hello, welcome back to the Mentally Chill podcast.
Hello.
Ah.
Hello.
We were supposed to film yesterday, but we both were feeling like absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
And I still kind of feel like dog shit today. My back fucking hurts. Like, if I look down, my chest hurts. If I look up, my back hurts. I fucking slept on it wrong.
I was saying it's a pinched nerve or like a strained muscle, because you do sleep fucking weird.
Thanks.
Not in a mean way, but you sleep very weird. And last night you slept like really fucked up on your stomach, with like your arms and shoulders out. Yeah, basically.
Ow.
Because that was after I rubbed your back and you just fell asleep like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
All right. Well, yeah, we did try to film an episode yesterday, but we were fucking miserable. And it was just such a boring episode. And
Everything was just falling apart.
Everything was falling apart.
It just wasn't funny. We weren't in it. It was just like trash. So we're doing it again today. It doesn't even matter for y'all because you're going to see this.
You're going to see this Sunday regardless.
This is more so us just venting about how yesterday our first recording went like
God.
doo-doo,
Awful.
doo-doo,
Doo-doo.
cuckoo,
Shit.
I was writing a song just now and I was working on it. I was showing India it.
And I was just like this. I was like,
stank face, and then we just like make it where just like instead of like stank facing to a beat, just like ew, bro, just gagging to somebody's hot ass beat. That is peaking so bad.
sorry, that's gonna be really loud.
That's gonna be so loud. I'm not even gonna put like don't even put like a rip headphone user. I think they should endure this.
Yeah, endure our vomiting. Oh, sorry if you have like a metaphobia or something, but
Yeah.
whatever.
At the same time.
No,
Okay,
Kendrick,
I'm kidding.
be nice.
I'm joking.
So quite a while ago, I'd say maybe like 2 or so weeks ago. Where are you going?
I gotta grab my vape.
Oh my god. So maybe 2 or so weeks ago, I went on Omegle because I haven't gone on Omegle in a while.
Yeah.
Everybody was calling me a boy because of my hair, and I was like, whatever, I don't fucking care. Call me a boy. Fuck you. But I connected with these 3 girls from Ireland, and we were just talking, and they were like freaking out about the whole Ukraine thing because they're like scared that the Ukraine was gonna bomb them. I'm like, no fucking way, you're fine. Like it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's a big deal, but like you're safe. You're fine. And they were talking, mind you, they're in Ireland, which is on a giant, pretty much island.
Yeah.
The United Kingdom. I don't think Ireland's in the United Kingdom though.
You were born in the United Kingdom.
I wasn't born in fucking Ireland. Do I sound like I'm from Ireland to you?
Is that Irish?
Yes.
That's Irish. I always get Scottish and Irish mixed up.
They sound similar.
Yeah.
But they were talking about driving to Ukraine, which I have no idea how they do that. And I was pissing myself dying laughing because the girl in the middle of the 3 girls was like, how long of a drive is it to Ukraine? 38-hour drive. 38-hour drive.
38-hour drive.
38-hour drive. Are you joking me?
You joking me? It's a 38-hour drive.
38-hour drive. And I was pissing myself laughing. I don't know what it is about the Irish accent, but it's beautiful.
It sounds very, very funny.
It does. 38-hour drive.
But to be fair, whenever like you talk to your like mom or dad and
How did they even figure that out though? Because you can't drive to Ukraine from Ireland.
You can't?
No, it's on a big island.
Ireland. I thought I made an epiphany there and it just wasn't there at all. I didn't know it was on an island. I thought it was like just a part of.
It's not considered an island technically because it's really big.
Yeah.
It's kind of like actually I think Puerto Rico's smaller than England.
It is. Puerto Rico's way smaller than England.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico's like this, dog.
It's like a little bean.
How dare you fucking
How
the fuck dare you, dude? How dare you disrespect my island like that? That's fucked up. You know what? You United Kingdom, all you guys eat fucking beans. You're full of beans. You're full of beans. You're full of beans. You guys got the fucking. Y'all got the Bristol Bullies.
We don't fucking talk like that, you know. Big bunda still.
Fat bunda still.
Big fat bunda still. You know, I'm British and I don't even know half the slang that goes on there. I hear bomba clat and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
That's not British though.
They say that in England though.
They do.
Well, a lot of English slang is like Jamaican.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of Jamaicans live in the UK. A lot of Nigerians and Jamaicans live in the UK.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like African and black, Ebonics. Is that the right word? Like a lot of like black slang in the UK. Yeah, I remember when Adele almost got canceled because they did that like African celebratory festival.
Yeah.
And she was wearing the knots in her hair and she had like
the Rastafari thing.
Yeah. And people were trying to cancel her for it. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, bro, y'all are fucking ridiculous trying to cancel Adele. Like in England, we celebrate like African culture because it's a big part of British culture. It's hard to explain, but like it's cultural appreciation, but for some
I can understand where people are coming from because they don't know, but at the same time
they have to understand America is not the only fucking country in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not the only country in the
world. I want to preface this because I have my arm out right now. If you see this like big red mark on my arm, I have eczema and I'm having a bit of a flare up. So if I look disgusting, when do I not?
Stop. I'm kidding. You only look disgusting sometimes.
Fuck you, dude. I'm going to be thinking about that for 3 days now.
Stop. No, I don't mean it.
She thought I was ugly. She gonna leave me.
No.
Crime reports. No.
Oh, man. Why don't you tell them about the joke that I made when we were driving? We took a road trip to Wisconsin
this is the funniest shit that she's ever said in the entire relationship. So we not necessarily got kicked out, but we got kicked out of Florida. There was a whole situation.
I had a fucking manic episode because I got in an argument with my mom and I said, fuck you, I'm leaving. And I went manic and I spent $1,000 driving all the way from fucking Florida to Wisconsin.
I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to be like...
This is mentally chill. Everybody knows we're mentally ill. I have bipolar. Whoop-de-doo.
I am suicidal. That's not a call for help. Anyway.
I want to fucking die.
No, but it was like we were driving from Florida to Wisconsin, which is like a 20-hour drive.
Yeah, it took us 3 days.
A 28-hour drive.
28-hour drive?
No, it was a 20-hour drive, and I think it was us coming into Wisconsin, or we were about to head into Wisconsin, or before we were about to head into Wisconsin.
We're just taking in the scenery.
There was a cop car, like as if they had pulled somebody over
with their lights
on and everything. Like it looked like they were pulling somewhere, but there was no other car.
No car.
So India goes out and looks at me. She's like, "Is that the Batmobile? Are they pulling over the Batmobile?" And I start dying because I'm like, this dumbass did not just compare the Invisible Batmobile with fucking the Batmobile.
I meant to say the Boatmobile from SpongeBob because it's invisible.
Yeah, but
I said the Batmobile with such confidence.
In full confidence, and I just start dying. She's like, "What? What did I do wrong?" I'm like, "You mean the fucking Invisible Batmobile?" If you would have said Wonder Woman's jet, that would have made sense.
I don't know anything about Wonder Woman's jet. I'm not into
it.
It
is Women's History Month. You don't know nothing about Wonder Woman?
No, fuck Wonder Woman. She's not all that wonderful. My back really hurts.
You're about to get defamed again.
My boobies hurt.
Your boobas?
Y'all, it's that time of the month, and my boobies are just like.
You know, my boobies hurt.
I don't know what to allude it to.
I think my boobies hurt a lot too.
Because you just worked out. You don't really have boobies. You have pecs.
I have pecs.
You have kind of like a dad bod, but not like a fat dad bod.
I appreciate that. That's a good compliment.
You have like a hot dad bod.
I'm a hot dad.
Yeah.
Hot daddy.
Sorry, every time I burp, I feel the need to like gag now. Just like this podcast is just so sick, it's making me throw up. I instantly regret saying that. That was so cheesy.
That was so stupid. It's okay though. That's fine. Also, I'm not wearing socks this time around. So, India, stop. If one of us end up on fucking Wiki Feet, I'm killing all of you.
Wiki Feet? Why do you know about Wiki Feet? What's Wiki Feet?
Anyway, yesterday. You don't know what Wiki Feet is?
No.
Never heard of that?
No, because I don't have a foot fetish.
I don't have a foot fetish. Get out of here.
Come on, you know you want
dog.
it. You know you fucking want it.
Fucking.
Oh, you know you fucking want my feet in your fat little fucking face, you fucking slut.
I fucking hate you so much. But
I drew a bee on my knee because I'm the bee's knees.
She's the bee's knees.
Hold on.
If you see my feet, I'm sorry. We didn't wear socks today.
You know what I find fucking hilarious? Just imagine. Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm not even gonna explain it. Where'd he go? He just fucking vanished. Watch this. What the fuck?
Mine is funnier.
Okay.
Mine is funny.
All right, we're gonna showcase what he finds hilarious. Ready?
I really hope we put the fart sound effect when that happens. We'll bring it back.
Yeah, we're definitely putting the fart effect there.
Yes.
I hope my editing's good enough.
It's fucking dude. Thinking of someone just explode, like if you're just walking and someone just fucking explode.
No, I'm imagining just having a conversation with someone and they just disappear.
I think blowing up is funnier.
No, just
I think
vanishing without a trace. Like you'd be like.
I think to be fair, I'm more violent than you are.
Yeah.
Like I like action and violence more than you do. So it's like the exploding part. Like take away the blood and like the body parts. Like people just randomly exploding. That would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Not by nothing like someone getting attacked or anything, but them just like combusting and just blowing up.
Oh, I think somebody wanted us to like reiterate what you meant on our last episode. Sorry about how blurry our last episode was, by the way. I hope it's not like that this episode.
Yeah, it was because I'm stupid and I didn't wear my glasses when I was fixing the camera.
You're not.
I wear my glasses now because I can't fucking see.
I think somebody wanted to reiterate what you meant by when you got really high. You felt like you were pissing yourself. And people want to know about our experiences with weed because people just find our trauma fucking hilarious.
Last time I smoked weed was when I was in Boston with Kid Renaissance and our manager Sam. Shout out my baby boys. So I smoked some weed. I've smoked weed for a long time. I'm totally fine with weed. Don't care. I don't smoke anymore. But I've smoked weed in my time.
I'm going to have to put a metaphobia warning on this video. I'm so sorry.
Like, I'm fine with weed. I don't smoke anymore. But, I fucking hate you.
Go ahead.
Somebody, I think it was, we had smoked weed, me, Sam, and somebody else. We had smoked weed. And I guess I smoked too much.
You guess?
I guess I smoked a little too much. Because, like, I'm a fucking lightweight. Like, 2 hits, I'm good. 1 hit, I'm good. I think I took, like, 3 pretty big hits. And that like took me out.
Boston, Massachusetts weed.
It was good stuff, but yeah, like right when it started hitting me, I was like, okay, it's hitting me. It's a little hard, but it's fine. I was chill for most of it, but then like I got this like sensation that I was pissing for like an hour. So I was literally holding my dick tip for like an hour to make sure I wasn't peeing myself.
I just imagine you holding it shut.
And I call Sam down, and I'm like, I called Sam down, and I'm like, my. I was holding myself shut. And I call my manager Sam, my boy Sam down. I was like, okay, this is the only time where like I'm getting the wave of like being able to think clearly. So I was like talking. I was laying down on the bed in the couch with like blankets all over me, and he's like holding my hand, like dapping up in a way. He's like, "You good?" I'm like,
"Sam's precious. We love you, Sam.
Sam, we love you dearly." I was like, "I'm definitely got a little way too high. If I'm shaking, I'm fine. I'm just telling you this right now. I'm gonna keep talking after this wave comes back. I'm not gonna stop." And I just rambled, and he's just looking at me. Also high. He's like, "You're good, dude. It's fine, dude. Don't even worry about it, dude."
Sam is such like a Labrador.
It's good. And then like after an hour passed, like I was like pretty okay with it. That was a good one.
Thank you.
A little baby one.
Little baby?
I was cool with it, and it was so fucked up because like I was watching Big Mouth. I was the only one downstairs because I had to sleep down in the living room. I was the only one downstairs, and I was watching Big Mouth, and I was watching it, and I'd see them speak, but then I'd hear it 4 seconds later.
You got the lag. You were running on Internet Explorer.
Yeah, I was running on Windows Vista.
CPU at 100.
Yeah, literally, it was so bad, and eventually
HP built-in desktop.
After like an hour or two, I was pretty good, but yeah, I felt like I was pissing myself for an hour. I was holding my dick tip shut.
My weed experience was really bad. And,
Yeah.
like, I want to preface this with, I literally have PTSD from this, like, diagnosed. I can't be around people smoking weed. I hate being around people who are high. I hate the smell of weed. It fucking freaks me out. It makes me think I'm high and I'm going to go on a psychotic episode. I was 14 and all my friends were like, you need to smoke weed. It's going to help your anxiety. It's so fun. It's all natural, blah, blah, blah. And I was always a kid that's like, I'm never going to fucking do drugs. I'm never going to do that type of shit. But I was thinking about weed and I'm like, it's all natural. It's not going to kill me. Fuck it, you know? So I had my friends come over. I lived on like 30 acres at the time and I had a tent. And I was like, let's all just have a day where we go camping in my backyard and we smoke some weed, whatever. So I took 6 fucking hits, 6 big ass hits of this weed, thinking that it's not going to hit me that hard. It's just going to be a nice little buzz, whatever. From an aluminum can, if you know what I mean. People, you like bend the can, you poke little holes, whatever. At first I was fine. As soon as I stood up to walk back to the, because we smoked in the middle of the forest on our property. As soon as I stood up to walk back to the tent with my friends, it fucking hit me. Like, it felt like I physically got hit with something by force, and I fell to the ground, tunnel vision. Like, I was looking through my fingers like this, everything around me spinning. I don't know if you've heard the song by Kodak Black, Tunnel Vision. That was just blaring in my head. That song didn't even come out yet. That's how high I fucking was. I was hearing that damn song.
You're hearing unreleased Kodak Black.
I was hearing unreleased Kodak Black. And my friends had to carry me back to the tent. I could not walk, could not feel anything, could not feel any part of my body. And then as soon as I got back to the tent, I kind of came above the high for a second. I was like, okay, I'm just really fucking high. I'm going to ride this out. And then I went whoosh right back into the high, threw up everywhere. And I was like, I'm on the fucking Titanic. It's gonna sink. I need to call Miss Puff from boating school and learn how to steer this ship so I don't hit the fucking iceberg. I saw CD discs shooting out of my fucking eyes. Rose petals were falling everywhere. I couldn't stop talking in an Australian accent. I thought I was the Queen of England. I was screaming at my friends, I have to steer this ship because we're gonna sink. We're gonna drown in ice cold water. What else am I missing? So much happened that fucking night. I went to sleep at 1:32 in the morning. Woke up 2 hours later. It was still 1:32 in the morning. I was flipping my fucking shit. I had no perception of time, no perception of, like, no depth perception. Everything was, oh my God. The CD disc shooting out of my eyes. That was kind of fun. It was kind of cool. But the rest of it was horrible. And I remember waking up the next day high as fuck. And my mom and my ex-stepdad bought us donuts. And I was still high. I wasn't psychotic, but I was still high. And I remember just trying to mask it. And my mom was like, can you go vacuum your room? Me high as fuck still. Yeah. Started vacuuming my room. I was just watching myself vacuum my room from third person. Like, you know, in Minecraft where you go in third, I was just watching myself vacuum my room. And I don't remember anything else. I remember it slowly went away and I was like, I'm never doing that shit again. And then I ended up smoking again. Like maybe a year later. And my friend was like, maybe you should smoke indica this time and just take one hit. Like, you'll be fine. And it was like Blue Dream or fucking Granddaddy Perp or some shit. And I took 2 hits, I think. One of them was like a little baby one. And I was like, I'm fine. I can take another hit. Took another hit. My heart started racing. I'm like, I need to go outside. Went outside. Sky was bright purple. Everything was purple. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I sat in my friend's bathroom for 2 hours just listening to lo-fi music, trying not to throw up. And then after the high went away, I went back into my friend's room and I'm like, never doing that again. And I haven't smoked weed since. So one of So someone on Instagram named Anna or Anna, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry, but you love the podcast. We love you. Thank you so much for watching.
We love you so much.
Wanted to know how we got into music. So I'm going to let Kendrick start because he's like an OG. He's been doing it way longer than I have. So how did you get into music, Karson?
Well,
period.
Spiiirit with 3 eyes. I got into the music industry. You're going to throw up.
I need to stop. I'm so sorry.
Just about like 10 so years ago. I'll make it quick because it's a pretty long fucking story. But about 10 years ago, maybe 11, I got this game.
And it gave him a boner.
Called Little Big Planet 1 and 2. And there was music sequencers on that game. So I learned music production then. Way before that, I was always into music, just growing up and stuff. I was always into music. But I started really, like, wanting to do music around the age of, like, 8 or 9, because that's when I started, like, learning how to rap and stuff. But I started, like, learning music production on Little Big Planet when I was, like, 9 going into 10. That went on for, like, a year, maybe. Less than a year. And then I started looking on, like, my dad's iPad, because he had GarageBand and stuff. And I just made, like, shitty little beats on that. Fast forward a few years.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I got an iPod 5, iPod Touch 5, and I got GarageBand on there, and I started, like, just because I couldn't use my dad's iPad.
Did you
all
have
the
the OG Flappy Bird?
No, because everybody had phones before I did, but I didn't. I didn't have. Like,
I had a
any.
flip phone. I had a Motorola.
I had a Motorola little phone, but like that's really it. I didn't have like iPhones and stuff like that. But I got an iPod 5 in like 6th grade, 5th grade, and I started like making beats on that, and I would upload them to SoundCloud under the name KXN Tyrex. That was my producer name.
I always think it's Cunty Rex. That's how I read it. Cunty Rex.
I hate you so much.
Like Rex from Victorious, but a cunt. Isn't he already a cunt?
Technically. He's kind of a dick.
Okay, continue.
But I got the iPod, started making beats on there, uploaded to SoundCloud under the name KXN Tyrex, and then I dropped out of school, beginning of high school. So I was like 14, 15. I dropped out of high school to make music. I started working with my mom as like a janitor type of thing, custodian type of thing. And I bought myself a little laptop, got a little desk, started making beats like professionally in Studio One. And 5 or so years after that, I'm here now. 50,000 monthly motherfucking listeners.
Congratulations to you, my boy.
Thanks, baby mama. Thanks, shawty.
I'm on my period. I'm not pregnant. Can you believe I pissed myself this morning? I'll get into like how I got into music, but can you believe I fucking pissed myself? I pissed the bed as an almost 20-year-old woman today.
Just talk about your music, bro.
Okay, sorry. It just made me think of like how I woke up and I thought it was my period. No, I just pissed myself. Okay, anyways. I got into music. I'm going to shout out Coach Six. So Coach Six, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for the raunchiness, but you're fucking great. I love you so much. And you are the reason I do what I do. When I was in school, I would purposely get in school detention because I fucking hated school. And there was a coach who ran in school detention, who's Coach Six. And he was super into music. I think he has his own music blog and stuff. He has his own, might have his own label, I think it is. Something of the sort. I'll have to ask him. But I would get in school detention so I could spend all day writing music with him because I've always, since I was about 14, I started writing poems and I turned that into writing songs. So I would just write in my journal in class, go to in-school detention, and then show Coach Six. And Coach Six would be like, yo, this is fire. And I'm like, yo, I feel like I could really do something with this. And he really encouraged me. He's like, yeah, you could really like do some good shit with this. And Coach, I also want to throw this out there. I don't want to get, once again, too political, but he is the reason that I'm not a fucking racist. Because that sounded really bad.
That sounded horrible.
He is the reason I'm not a racist. Because I used to be that uneducated white girl that was like, racism was so long ago, you know? Like, slavery was so long ago. Why do black people complain? Why do people say this kind of stuff about racism today?
Very
when
bigoted
it's not?
mentality.
Yeah, I was really uneducated.
Not necessarily racist, but just like very bigoted mentality.
No, I'm going to be honest. I was raised racist. Mm-hmm. And I have shame in that, but I feel like that's not something I should hide as a white person. I used to be low-key racist because I was ignorant. I was uneducated, and I'm white. That's how they raise white people. They raise them to be racist in America. That's how it is. But
hopefully not now. Hopefully, like with our generation.
Hopefully, with this generation, it's different. Because
yeah.
I had to unlearn racism, which isn't that.
It wasn't necessarily put on you, but it was kind of like pushed in a way like secretively almost.
Right. And like my ex-stepdad was like super Republican, super like he'd look at black kids walking out of school with backpacks. Oh, I wonder what they're stealing. Like bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And as I was saying, Coach Six taught me like, no, bro, like racism is still going on today. He talked to me about was it Trayvon Martin, the kid with the Skittles,
I think
the M&Ms, or some like a bunch of police brutality. He taught me about like Tupac and all that kind of stuff, the stuff that Tupac talks about, and it really opened my eyes, and like it made me realize, wow, what the fuck. Like
it was wild learning about that about you, like, because I've heard it from a few other people, but like learning about you, like coming from England, coming into the UK, like you really didn't know.
no.
Like you genuinely didn't know, and I think
England
that's
has a
what's
lot
like.
of racism against Middle Easterns, though. There's still racism in England, not so much against Black people. It's more so to Middle Easterns.
It wasn't necessarily like you knew that racism was going on. You just literally didn't know.
Because I don't experience it. I'm white. I didn't experience it firsthand. Didn't have a lot of Black friends. I mean I did have a lot of Black friends, but they didn't speak to me about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like it never came up, so I just didn't know.
And you weren't taking as much media.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Six for really opening my eyes about what goes on in America, because if I didn't know, I would be a much different person today, and I'd probably still be racist, and that's unfortunately how it is. So thank you, Coach Six, for setting my head straight.
I wouldn't say you'd still be racist. I think you're very
I'd
level-headed.
still have bigoted views.
Yeah, I'd say
I would still have stereotypical views.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
this is why we need to listen to minorities.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For real. Coach Six really pushed me to be better. And then I started dating this guy who was into like rapping and stuff, and he was like, maybe you should start doing music, blah blah blah. I didn't know I could sing. First song I sang was Sweater Weather by The Neighborhood. I fucking love them. And then I was like, maybe I can sing. So I got a YouTube beat, downloaded FL Studio, threw it in there, recorded, released my first song, boom, 1,000 people listened to it at my school, and they were like, yo, this is tight. And I'm like, thanks. And then from there, I started, branching out. When I was first starting out music, this one rapper, Slutty Sonny, rest in peace, I reached out to him and I was like, yo, I really fuck with your music. And he was kind enough to let me feature on, I think, his first album, his first song. Yeah. When I was just starting out, and that really helped me, like, yo, people are really taking me seriously. People are really, like, fucking with my shit. And then I started dating another guy who taught me everything I needed to know about FL Studio, so I started producing trap beats, super inspired by Suicide Boys, super inspired by X, super inspired by Scarlord, all that kind of stuff. I wanted to be a rapper, but, like, knowing the like origins of rap and like what people rap about, I like knew deep down like I'm not gonna be a rapper because I don't go through that shit. I'm not about the shit that people rap about. I don't have shit to say rap wise. Yeah. So then I met Kendrick, fast forward. And Kendrick is the reason I take music so fucking seriously now, and I think he is the reason that my music is so high quality now and what it's supposed to be. And it's why I took most of my discography down, like most of my songs down, and I'm still going to take more down because I'm finally at a place with music where I want to be and where I think I should be. And I'm in the genre that I think was made for me. So I hope that gives you enough information about how I got into music.
Yeah, we don't want to make him some like long ass stories because it's pretty simple. Yeah. It was just learn about music, loved it, made it.
Loved and made it. And it's the only hobby that I've had that I've never gotten bored of. Like art, I used to draw a lot as a kid, all that kind of stuff. I got bored of it. And like music stresses me out, but art stresses me out. Because I love Renaissance paintings. I love like the OG, like biblical paintings. I love oil paintings, but I just don't have the skill for that. Yeah. But that's what I want to create. So I prefer to create that with music. Like, when you look at a Renaissance painting, you hear all these harmonies. You hear this gospel kind of shit. Is a connection lost?
Oh, it was just from my keyboard.
Oh, okay, sorry. But you hear all this gospel shit. And that's why I make music. Because I'm basically creating what a Renaissance painting sounds like. Yeah. I'm creating what a spirit sounds like. Yeah. I'm creating what I sound like in my head. I'm creating what my emotions sound like.
And I think you knew that when I met you, but you didn't believe it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think with what you're doing now, you genuinely believe what you're saying and feel what you're saying.
I was surrounded by a lot of people that did not give a fuck about me or my music, or didn't take me seriously, did not believe in me, or did not care to believe in me.
Because I listened to your music and it was good, but there was definitely like room for improvement. I listened to you talk and I was like, she has something. that like not a lot of people fucking have.
Right.
And as I learned more about you and we started dating and we took our relationship farther and we learned more about each other, it was like she genuinely has this drive and passion for music, but the thing that's making her fall down is that she doesn't believe what she's saying. And you know, after Ice,
and I was in the wrong genre too.
After you released your project Ice, it was like the most frustrating part with your music. You were the most frustrated with music because you're like, I don't believe any of this shit. You thought your songs were hard, but you didn't listen to them.
Right. And my good friend Saint Dion also was telling me the same shit, but in a tough love kind of way.
Yeah.
So I was taking it as my music is garbage. He was trying to tell me, you need to do something different because you're not going to make it if you're trying to make what everybody else is making. Mm-hmm. Because that's what I was doing. Yeah. I was trying to make Suicide Boys music. I was trying to make X music. I was trying to make Scarlord music. I was trying to make like what everybody else is doing.
When what you really wanted to do was
make Spiiirit music.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, it took Kendrick to push me to see that and not Saint Dion. So apologies to you, Saint Dion. I know you were just trying to push me.
It was one of those things where like I knew what Amari was saying. Saint Dion is Amari. I knew what he was saying, and that's what I kind of like had to push to you. Was like, I understand like this is how you feel about it, but this is what he really means.
Right. Like my song Lala, I made out of spite because Saint Dion pissed me off. He's like, I'm tired of hearing the same shit from you. I'm like, all right, bet. And then I made Lala out of spite to just piss him off. But it was the best song I've made ever. Like, it was one of the best songs I've ever made. And I showed it to Amari. He's like, this is fucking dope. And I'm like, really? I'm like, maybe Saint Dion isn't being an asshole to me. Maybe he's just pushing me to do better.
Like, and that's why
thank you for that, Saint Dion, for real.
Yeah, I think Amari said what I wanted to say, but I said it way nicer.
You were just nice about it.
I was just nice about it because I was in love with you.
Well, Saint Dion was nice about it, but I didn't know how to take it at the time. Because he was saying you need to do something different, but he wasn't reiterating on different. But he didn't need to, because I needed to find what was different.
You were so held on to the fact of like, what I'm doing is right.
Right.
When it's like not right for everybody else, but right for yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't right for you. And that's the biggest thing that even all of us, like as Foliage and all of our homies want to push to you is like, and everybody, is just be your fucking self.
Yeah, for
And
real.
I had to learn that too. Trust me. I had to fucking learn that shit too. Dude, if anybody heard my old music, they'd be like, what the fuck is this compared to what I do now?
Whatever you do with your life, make sure you're doing it your way.
And doing it for you. And doing it because you want to and because you love it.
Be a staple.
Be a staple. Make something new. Like, even if you think the idea is weird, fucking do it.
Fucking do it. You might start a trend.
You might start a trend.
You really might start
do whatever. It's so simple. Do whatever you want. Don't settle for shit. Don't ever settle for shit. Do whatever the fuck you want. Who the fuck cares? The only person you need to satisfy is yourself. And if anybody else is satisfied for that, that's a fucking plus.
Yep, for real. I think that's a good note to end this podcast on.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace.